Having a waifu is well, first off, what is a waifu?
Uh, what is a waifu? Well, I'll introduce myself really quick. I'm Simp Master Cuck on Twitter. I'm here to extol the virtues of a waifu, or waifu as some like to pronounce it. I'm going to be saying waifu because that's just how I've traditionally pronounced it. A waifu is a 2D GF, or more literally a wife. It's a Japanese concept where a 2D character becomes your significant other, and you devote your love and affection towards them, as opposed to a IRL 3D quote unquote woman.
So, like when I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I had a crush on April O'Neil, kind of like that.
Yes, that could have probably evolved. I don't want to call that waifu, but that could have potentially evolved.
Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong with April O'Neil? April O'Neil can't be a waifu.
No, she absolutely can. Traditionally, it's usually a Japanese anime character.
Oh, she has to be Japanese. She can't be American.
But still, I think it could be an American cartoon. I just don't think you took it to the extent of waifu ship.
Well, she's getting gangbanged in the sewer with the turtles. She probably isn't wife material.
Yeah,
You're probably
see,
right there.
that's a trash tier waifu.
Yeah, but she's hot though. She might be a cum bucket, a turtle cum bucket, but she's hot though.
Can you give me the name? I'm just going to pull her up really quick so I have a better visual. I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about.
Oh, April O'Neil, the only chick. Actually, there's two chicks in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Come on.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. She's in the meme video where I didn't watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles myself, but I know the video where she says like those turtles screwed up my scoop or whatever it is, because she's supposed to be a journalist, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's definitely cute. I could see it. I'm going to go ahead and assume she doesn't have a sexual relationship with the turtles, because that would just be disturbing.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's fair game for a waifu. There's some really good fan art here that I'm already looking at.
Right. Okay. So, a waifu is an anime cartoon character, wife, girlfriend thing.
Yeah, to use an analogy that your viewers might be familiar with as a horror channel, it's sort of like a tulpa.
Okay.
It's like a tulpa and a succubus combined, sort of, kind of.
All right. So, and before we go into this debate thing, this is a thing. Like, people actually devote their life towards a waifu.
Yes, we've seen it on your channel with the gentleman, the king, I'll call him, who decked out his car for his waifu.
Yeah,
kingship.
That's true. That's true. We did see.
Let me ask you this. Not to be combative, right away, but have you ever seen a car that's been decked out in someone's 3D wife? They like painted their car to support them in some way. I've never seen it.
Like turn their car into like a man cave, like a penthouse.
No,
mobile?
like put pictures of their wife, their 3D IRL wife on their car.
Oh, the real wife. No,
I've never seen it.
No.
People do that for their waifus though.
Well, I mean, we don't want to broadcast, we don't like to brag,
Oh, so it's not that you're not quite as devoted.
Yeah, the devotion is still there, but the freeze, whoa, it froze. God damn it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm getting a loading wheel.
Okay, there we go.
I think I have to refresh. Oh no, it's working.
That was quick. Okay, so this is a real phenomenon. This happens. People dedicate their life to this. Looks like you want to go ahead and into this debate. All right. Well, I'm anti-waifu. If you like your waifu, let me tell you something. Your waifu isn't real. You're wasting your time. Hate me all you want. Your waifu is not and will never be real. There you go.
Well, let me ask you this. How could we be having a debate about waifus if they aren't real? Wouldn't we be talking about nothing?
Well, we're definitely talking about nothing, all right? Just because you're talking about something doesn't really mean make it something. Yeah, sure. It's real in the idea, but it's not something you could hold. It's not into the flesh, you know. It's just.
Are you familiar with dakimakuros?
No. What is that?
I believe I'm not sure what the direct translation is, but it's a body pillow.
Okay, it's a pillow.
And essentially you can buy a body pillow that has your waifu printed on it. So in terms of being something that you can touch and that is tangible, it's absolutely there.
Okay, well then you get a pillow that has your your virtual girlfriend on it, but it's just a pillow.
You can do a lot of things with a pillow.
Yes, you can hold it. You could squeeze it. You can put a.
I'm not going to go any farther than what I said.
Oh, you're not going to go any further.
Just because I want to be respectful.
Oh, you're too respectful. Okay. Well, I'm assuming they do stuff with the pillow. Okay, but it's still not.
Yeah, and there's also you can buy 3D figurines of your waifu. Of in a variety of sizes and positions, and some are posable. So they have swappable outfits, removable outfits in some cases.
So you hug pillows, you fuck pillows, you sleep with toys. So you're kind of like a single chick.
Well, be that as it may, that doesn't sound negative to me. What are the best parts? What are the best parts about? Not to turn the tables, but what are the best parts about a 3D IRL girlfriend or wife? I would say it's usually things like cuddling, sexual gratification, a feeling of fulfillment and satisfaction, and you can get all those things from what I've been talking about. But you also don't have to deal with the negatives, and I will bring up first and foremost a very simple one-word thing, and that's smell.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure you have to do with smell.
Have you ever smelled a woman?
Oh yeah, they smell great. Have you ever smelled a pillow after it's been?
Wait a second. After a pillow has been Febrezed, it smells good. You can wash pillows whenever you want at your own convenience. A woman, if you try to tell it to wash itself, you're gonna get in trouble. You might get Me Too'd.
You go take a shower with her, and you turn it into something else.
Are you familiar with perfume?
Yes.
So what is the point of perfume? Why does perfume exist?
Makes women smell much better, much great.
And do you think it's possibly because to start out with they don't smell so good?
I gotta tell you, I kind of like that. The raw smell though. I kind of like that. There's something about that.
Well, maybe perhaps on that point I'll just concede and say to each his own.
Because think about this: we're talking about a pillow and toys. How do they smell? What do they smell like? Nothing.
Whatever you want them to smell like.
Whatever. Oh, so but you can make a woman smell like how you want them. You can buy them different perfume. You can buy them the perfume you like.
Well, you go ahead and buy a perfume that you really like and give it to your wife and see how she reacts.
She would love that, especially if that's a perfume. Yeah. And
in my experience, women usually have like one brand that they stick to and they're obsessed with it. And if it goes out, if it's discontinued, the sky is falling. So maybe I'm misinterpreting.
Well, I mean that happens, but usually in my experience, that brand is like the brand that you kept them to like too, because it's especially if you up been fucking. I mean, like you're used to that brand. Like, man, I like that smell, and every time you smell that smell, you think of her. You're like, man, you know.
Well, that's probably true, but all of that can be said about waifu in the physical manifestations that I've already.
But what you're not going to get though is an actual blowjob. What you're not going to get is actual sex.
Not yet. Let me jump in and clarify on that. I'm going to say yet. And I think you know as well as I that the technology is headed. I'm sure it already exists with the VR technology and the high-tech sex toys. I'm sure that a man of high means, and as it should be, if you have a lot of means, you should be able to have the best access to your waifu. I'm sure you could get that done if you so desired.
I suppose so. Wait.
And honestly, the real problem here is that the stock of these 3D women is going to fall exponentially when that technology becomes more widely available and affordable.
So they're going to make a machine that can give blowjobs? Is that?
It already exists, I assure you.
The blowjob machine. I mean, that would potentially, I guess that would be a factor, huh? But that has to be much more expensive than a real blowjob.
I typed in on DuckDuckGo. I typed in VR blowjob machine, and I have a list right here of the top VR blowjob machines. So not only do they exist, but they exist to such such an extent that there are top lists about which ones are the best. Yeah, they have the best value versus like the best overall, all that stuff.
But now the problem with this though, you have that blowjob machine, that VR blowjob machine, but after you're done with it, after you're said and done with it, you're still stuck by yourself alone, and you have to clean up the mess. It's just sad.
Cleaning up is not ideal, and I will concede that, but being alone is not the end of the world.
If your girlfriend is trained well enough and she swallows, then there's no cleanup.
There's emotional cleanup.
I don't deal with that. You can ask.
See what happens when you do that to a woman, a 3D IRL woman, is over time resentment builds up because they are a human. They're a human being. They have thoughts and feelings. So if you're doing that over and over again, resentment builds up and it's subconscious and it comes out in very weird ways. You see that all the time with women, where all of a sudden they're just snapping and turning and taking the kids and all this stuff. And then you always hear from the men, she was never like that. No, I didn't see it coming. Blah blah blah. She just all of a sudden changed.
Like mood swings,
and it's because of that. It's because of that. When you're depositing your genetic material in their orifices over and over and over again, it builds up. It has a psychological breakdown, which I would like to bring back to. The reason I bring that up is that does not happen with waifus.
Yeah, but that's part of the excitement. That's part of the fun. Like, you don't know what you're going to get. You wake up, you're like, oh, great. Is my wife going to be crazy today? Or is she going to be fine today? What's going to happen? That's part of the fun, man.
Well, the years of semen buildup, trigger some sort of psychological breakdown. I mean, if you think that's a positive pro for the 3D woman,
dude, you gotta live life. You gotta live life, like, just have fun, man. It's part of the fun. Just
I'd like to object to the GIF that's on screen. I feel like that might be biasing the audience. This is just repeating in my face that my waifu is not real.
You just noticed that. Okay, I'll change. I'll change the next
one. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I mostly bring it up as a joke.
I like this one. I like this one. I don't even know.
Well, and here, you know what? Cool tactic. Longtime co-chat person, I believe in some of the maybe some of the PO streams as well, or Godwinson. He asked in chat, "Is my waifu going to have a massive fuda cock?" And that's the beauty of this situation, is if you want her to.
Yeah, but you could also just get a tranny too. You could do that. I'm sorry, a transsexual.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry,
have you ever seen an attractive transgender person?
One day it may happen.
Naked.
Okay.
Naked.
One day it's gonna happen. All right.
All right. Hope in one hand and
right.
excrete in another.
It's not my thing, but one day it may happen. But you know what you're not gonna get with a pillow. You know what you're not gonna get with a toy or a blowjob machine is you're not gonna get family. You're not gonna be able to create your legacy, have kids.
Well, that's a tough one. I'll be honest, that is a truth. But I think in this time, and especially the times we're headed into, I would have been saying this before COVID, but now that we have COVID, is it really the time that you want to be bringing brand new kids into the world? And I'll also say, for a lot of people, they're not really in a financial situation where they really should be bringing kids into existence. I think a great example of that is Ethan, Ralph, and Faith. Ralph.
Well, if they're your example, but now is a great time.
Wait, let me continue. Let me just finish where I was going. Yeah, imagine if Ralph had a waifu and was projecting his energy at her instead of going online and trolling for 17-year-olds.
He would probably want a lolly, but it's...
Well, fine. Well, no, I'm certainly not going to avow lolly, lewd
Yeah,
lollies, but it
neither
would
am
certainly be
I.
better for Ralph to be. It would certainly be better for Ralph to be pursuing that than
If you want me
17
to
year.
agree that yeah, someone like Ethan Ralph is better off with a with a waifu, then yeah, I agree to that
There we go.
100%.
There we go.
Not
Thank
everybody
you.
deserves to have a family. Not
There we go.
everybody should have
And
that right.
and a great option for those people is a waifu.
I know Ethan Ralph doesn't even deserve a waifu. He gets a lemon bride. He gets a lemon bride. Okay.
So I didn't mean to bring him up, but all the news today has been so fascinating.
Yeah.
It really has made me think even more of how terrible 3D women can be. I mean, you look at the behavior of that person, and they're only 18. You could only imagine how much worse it's going to get. So that's what you have to look forward to with 3D women. It's just that sort of behavior. With a 2D waifu, you don't have to worry about that sort of stuff.
I will give you that when it comes to selecting the 3D girlfriend, you have to be very careful because you don't know if they're going to be damaged goods. You don't know if they're going to be too crazy. You don't know if they're going to have baggage or whatever. And
it's a sliding scale these days where it's increasingly your odds are looking slim, fellas. I'll just say that.
Right? Oh yeah. Give me one moment.
You're a fortunate man. You're a fortunate man. You've had from what I understand, at least you've had a wife for a while. So you got in there before it got really bad with the SJW stuff.
Oh yeah. Give me one moment. Take the stage. Make a case real fast. I'm gonna get my cigar going. One moment.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Enjoy that. So I've already mentioned the smell, and I'll just sort of expand on that because I don't want to bring up a new topic. Well, Mr. Deadman isn't here. I think that would be in bad faith. I mean, just ask yourself: when was the last time you smelled a woman who wasn't covered in some sort of artificial scent, like some sort of animal, and you said to yourself, "Wow, this smells great. This really smells good. I'd like my apartment to smell like this." How often does that happen? And for me, it's certainly never. They don't smell good. And the thing with women is the older they get, the worse they smell. I don't know if you ever smelled like a menopausal woman.
Well, you don't keep them for that long. You throw them out, right? With real life women,
listen. If you're trading ass and value, that's a little different. I would admit.
I mean, that's what my dad told me.
In that situation, you're looking at hell, unfortunately. So I don't know if you want to.
My dad taught me that hey, when they reach 40, you kind of throw them out. You know?
Well, if you get divorced, you're going to hell. So.
Oh yeah, divorce. That's what my dad was talking about.
Oh
yeah.
No. I mean, if you just have a harem, it's not. Is your family French? That's the French way, as I understand it. Everyone has a mistress if you can afford it in France. But this goes back to our point in that with 3D women, one is never enough. You're always looking for some more excitement, and even if you are married, you're looking at porn and things like that. With the waifu, it's usually enough. Most people who have waifus, I haven't heard of people who have multiple waifus. That would be really degenerate, some sort of Mormon waifu ship.
What about?
That's not what we want.
What about with 2D?
CRP is dead man's dad.
But what about with 2D? With 2D girls, was one enough for 2D? I mean, don't you need more?
No way.
Why would you?
Not in my experience.
Why would you just stick with one?
I
would get a whole bunch.
I feel like this is an awkward debate topic, but it's honor. You have a certain sense of honor and pride in yourself.
Honor and pride. You're you're sleeping with a pillow, sleeping with toys, have a blowjob machine.
Sir. None of that is as degrading as humbling yourself before a woman in 2020.
Look, I know women have their problems in that they can be a little crazy to deal with at times. But what you're going to get with an organic, in-flesh 3D woman is when you do have that blowjob option come up, you're going to get some nice... I mean, you could get some stuff that happens that you're not going to be expecting. I'm not talking about finger in the ass or anything like that. Okay, I'm saying she'll say things
Yeah,
to
you'll get
you.
a divorce. You'll get a divorce when you're 55 and you're about to lose your job. That's what you get. That's the
now you're jumping
surprise
to the
you'll get.
negative. You're jumping to the negative. In that moment,
What percentage of marriages end in divorce in America these days?
a shit ton.
It's
but
more likely than not. It's more likely than not that it's going to happen.
you know how you avoid getting divorced. You know how
A lot of cunnilingus, I would assume.
that, and also you don't fuck your wife's sister.
Well, yeah, don't cheat in general. But see, these are the sort of restrictions that I certainly wouldn't want to tie myself to. Cool tactic. I see what you're saying in the chat, and I certainly don't appreciate it. I feel like I read out your chat earlier. That was pretty nice of me, and now you're just slandering me in the chat, and I hard disavow on cool tactic.
Cool tactic. You're actually showing your big brain. Your big brain. Cool
He was
tactic.
being disrespectful to your guest, and I feel like you should also disavow. But that's just
Oh.
my position. I'm not going to try to pressure you into
Sorry.
disavowing your
Now
chat.
my guest is telling me what to do as a host. Let's move
No,
on.
no, no. I'm not trying to tell you what to do at all. I'm just saying.
Okay. So let's see. What are some other cons? You said they smell bad. You said real women smell bad. They're kind of crazy.
That's why they wear perfume.
Well, yeah, but it smells good. It smells great. Oh, and especially after a shower, man. Especially after a shower, they smell great.
So 3D women smell good when they're clean.
Of course, just like that pillow, that body pillow is gonna smell like cum, dried cum, and depression.
Well, you can always just buy a new one.
Well, you could just clean it, but yeah, I guess you could buy a new one.
Cool Tactic says he does in fact enjoy the smell of real woman. So, all right, there you go. I guess it's not. I guess it's not just you.
Well, what feels better for you? Would you? Okay, are you honestly going to tell me that given the chance, would you take a body pillow over a real woman?
Every time.
Every time.
Okay, this is not a fair way to do the debate, because what you're saying is like, oh, if I could teleport in a real woman, in the way that a body pillow exists, and give her all the benefits of a body pillow, and then she kind of disappears at the end. Like, yeah, obviously that would be better.
That sounds like a hooker.
That's not reality. You're hiding in a fantasy world.
Well, it's a hooker.
It's like
smells,
Logan's Run.
It probably smells like the body pillow.
Materializing these women.
Well, for like $100, you can make that happen.
Yeah, that's true. But then,
How much is that body
that
pillow?
goes back to my points about virtue and honor and pride. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
it's certainly not the Christian thing to do.
No. But seriously, there has to be a.
As if humping a body pillow is Christian. But we'll move on.
Yeah, I'll just let that one slide. I'm still stuck on you taking choosing a body pillow over a real woman, a real chick in the flesh.
Yeah, because if you're having trouble understanding that stance, it's because of all the baggage that comes with a real woman.
Okay. So.
You're not taking into account the emotional toll that it takes on a human.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna get some baggage with women, definitely. But you're also, but you're gonna get that.
So that's
feeling.
another point.
You're gonna get that. You're gonna get that feeling, like when you're hugging up on her and cuddling up with her. You're gonna get that warmth. You're gonna get that nice fleshy feeling. With the body pillow, you're just gonna get what?
Whatever you want to imagine. You can use your brain
Cotton?
to unlock entire worlds.
Entire worlds.
Entire worlds of pleasure.
And you're not.
And as I've said, it's only going to get better as the technology improves. It's only going to get better. Within our lifetimes, you will be able to buy a suit that you'll be able to wear and hook up to your computer, and it will VR simulate touch throughout your entire body.
It's gonna simulate the touch of flesh. I doubt that.
Yeah, it will make the right impressions, and it will have electro like when you do physical therapy and you can stimulate your muscles electronically. It will work similarly to that, but on a much smaller scale, so that it will make it feel as though you're um, experiencing touch.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing, though. You don't have to wait for that, and you don't have to spend the money for that. You could just get that now. And girls are not really hard to get. And when you have that, when you're in bed,
Address the baggage. Address the baggage. I don't know. You have to. Every time you bring up these points, I can just go back and say, yeah, but imagine the baggage that you're getting with that.
With the baggage. Okay.
So just asking, is this guy some kind of MRA? He doesn't seem to like women at all. I don't know what an MRA is, so you're gonna have to elaborate.
It's what is MRA? Men's rights.
I know
activists?
I know what the NRA is. Was it a typo?
No. No, it's MRA.
What is that?
Do you hate women?
Do I hate women?
Yes.
I don't think so. No, I don't want them to stop existing. Usually, when I think of hate, if you hate something, you want it to stop existing. So no, I certainly don't want women to cease existing.
But pillow lies are more important than you like pillows more than women, though.
It's a preference thing. It's not necessary. Well, I personally think that they are superior, and I'm here to argue that they are superior. But ultimately, it boils down to a preference.
Pillows are more okay.
And my men's rights. What rights don't men have?
Men don't have the right to. Well, I guess in custody. I think their stance is like it has to do with a lot of custody disputes.
Like family court and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
and women do get a lighter
then yeah,
sentence.
if you're saying that they need to reform family courts to be more neutral and not so pro mom, then yes, I would consider myself that.
Okay.
But I don't know if that makes me a men's rights activist or not.
We're sidetracking here. I'm allowing it to happen because the baggage.
Oh, my apologies.
So yeah.
Well, these all relate back. These all relate back to our point. These are all things that you get because of the 3D woman.
And the reason why you want to talk about the baggage is because you know that the touch of flesh, the stuff you get with a real woman is great. The smell of her hair, the way she looks at you when she's happy, when you're doing things right, especially when she's going down on you. You know, it's just great things. Great things. Okay, it could be something simple of her like just buying beer for you, giving you a beer. You know, something like that. But the baggage, yeah. So we all have baggage. You just know, that's where you have to select it. You can't just take any girl you see. You have to kind of screen them. You have to ask them questions. You gotta see what they're about.
That's fair enough. But honestly, I almost tuned out halfway through that because it's so exhausting that I just don't even want to think about it. But
it's kind of part of the fun, though. The selecting process, like, so tell me about your dad. That doesn't sound like Dick Masterson. So you just get them to open up. You get them to talk about themselves. Women love talking about themselves.
Sounds boring, to be honest. I'd rather not talk to women.
Oh, okay. Well, why? Because what you could get with real women is maybe like threesomes.
What's the smartest thing you've ever heard a woman say?
The smartest thing I ever heard a woman say, that I'm huge. It feels so good.
Your wife who can you're cute. Not exactly profound.
That I'm a good dad. That I'm the best dad. How about that?
Well, that probably boils down to mere observation. It's not exactly intelligence. It's either true or it's not. And if you can observe it, you can observe it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm saying something profound. What's something like super profound that a woman has ever said?
A woman in my life has ever said?
No, it doesn't have to be a woman in your life.
Oh.
You know, like you listen to things people say, like Mr. Medicare, he just says so many profound things. He's really a smart guy. So you're like, whoa, that's so deep and profound. Or Sargon of Akkad. Like, when was the last time you heard a woman say something that reminds you of that?
I don't really remember anything they say. Especially if anything profound.
My point exactly.
I mean, they sound like a bunch of women to me. I mean, come on.
Wait, so let me say this, just to give us some sort of order here. Sometimes the debates need a moderator, otherwise it dissolves to some degree.
Oh,
I brought up smell, and have we settled smell that it's to each his own? Like women smell. You think women smell good, and then they just use perfume to smell even better?
Women smell great. I mean, assuming they take a shower.
Well, that's fair. I'm willing to accept that. I'm not going to try to change your mind.
I mean, do you smell good when you don't take a shower? I'm pretty sure you don't, right?
No, but I don't want to have sex with myself.
But you kind of are with your hand.
Wait a second. We've gone from waifus or 3D girlfriends to whether or not I smell good with the shower or not. You're just trying to do character assassination.
You're older on the pillow, on the body pillow. Like your oils and sweat and depression and cum.
Oh, cool tactic. Do you really draw manga? Do you have a Twitter account? Can we check it out?
Hey, don't subtract.
He says it's not healthy to. He says it's not healthy to be in love. Oh, don't reach out. I was just reading what Cool Tactic was saying because it seems relevant to the debate. He said that you can like a design, but being in love with a concept or drawings is not healthy. So, I mean, I don't. Do you agree with that, Mr. Deadman?
Yeah, you don't want to be in love with it.
So you think it's wrong? You think it's wrong to be in love with a concept?
How
about freedom? Do you love freedom, Mr. Deadman?
I love the idea of freedom, yeah. But
all right.
I don't want
then
people
you disagree
to be,
with Cool Tactic.
But I don't want people to be free to do certain things. So I guess you can say I don't totally I'm not totally cool with freedom.
Do you love patriotism?
No.
Do you love America?
No.
Oh my God! I can't believe what I'm hearing. This is incredible.
I'm actually. And
this is just what women. This is what women will do. It's the last days of Rome, and they've convinced you to hate your own empire.
To get women now, you pretty much have to be a secret commie. I mean, that's what you have to do. That's.
Not to sidetrack too much, but you'd be surprised. A lot of the women, at least that I've encountered in my own life, are usually that's like the politics that they preach, but it's not something they necessarily select for in a romantic partner.
Right. That's true.
Like they don't want to date those guys. Those guys are like at the rallies with them and stuff, and they're like doting on them. It's the classic. It's a tale as old as time. It's the nice guy syndrome.
Okay, so
it's one of the reasons why 3D women are terrible, because the nicer you are to them and the more you support what they're interested in, the less attracted they are to you. As opposed to a waifu, where the more you support her, the more powerful she becomes.
It depends if you're going after. You're going after someone who's just trying to like grift you for attention and try to take advantage of you. Yeah. There's women like that. That's not waifu. That's not a wife material. That's a chick who's trying to exploit you. You're part of her simps, one of her mini simps.
So this is just some women. Hashtag not all women.
Yeah. Hashtag not all.
I gotta close.
Come on. Don't be a bigot.
I was just looking at my tabs and I still have the sexualalpha.com/best blowjob machines. Jeez, gotta close that. Okay. So right next to April O'Neil. That's hard.
So I guess with this debate, the points I guess you want to go down the smell thing. Agree to disagree.
All right. So agree to disagree. But I brought up smell. Do you have something similar to that you'd like to bring up?
Well, the counter to the smell is that the pillow and those toys are gonna smell like dried cum and depression. But
So will a woman after a while.
Yeah, if she doesn't bathe, but that's the problem, you could throw her ass out. I say it like that, but I mean, honestly, if things are that far gone in a relationship where someone's like not taking care of themselves, maybe they're like schizo and they're shitting, pissing themselves, then, you probably need to put them in a facility and go to the courts and be like, hey, I need to file for divorce. And at that point, she really doesn't have any leg to stand on as far as what she gets. But she's so far gone, she can't even find a suit to appear in court. So, what about feel?
Sounds terrible. I agree. It sounds really bad.
What about feel? Like, those toys do not feel anywhere as good as a real chick. I'm not talking about some dried up hag. I'm talking about
if you want to get really out there. If you want to get really out there, you could still experience those things and have a waifu, but at the end of the day, the waifu is preferable because you'll still go back to it.
Cool
Your
tactic.
pillow can't make a sandwich,
We'll
Mr.
save that for
Goodman.
abilities, okay? Skills that they have. Yeah. Your waifu is also not cleaning the house either.
Well, I mean, I can clean my own house. I don't necessarily need one.
Yeah, but your waifu could do it for you. I mean, not your waifu. Your wife, your girlfriend could do it for you.
That's probably true to some degree, but increasingly less these days. I think you'd be surprised how few women are willing to take on the role of housewife and do a lot of cleaning and cooking.
Even if it's 50-50, at least they're doing 50% of it. Right? I mean,
Sorry, I got distracted by the chat.
Well, it's okay.
Cool Tacted said the only advantage I see to his side is you can kill your wife, and I'm for the. He must be talking about me because in the previous chat he said that you won, but I don't understand what he means. Why would that be a benefit for me?
You could kill your waifu, and it wouldn't be murder because she's not real.
How? No, she'd still exist. I feel like she would still exist. It would even be worse.
You could behead.
If things turn sour, I will admit this. If things turn sour with a waifu, that's terrible. So you can't escape her. She'll still be, permeating your social media and things like that.
You could physically just throw out the pillow. You could throw out the toy. What are we talking about? You could put the toy in the oven. You could burn it.
That's true. That's a point for me then, because I accept that.
I mean, it's
another topic. Divorce. We've kind of touched on it, but divorce. Your waifu cannot.
You wouldn't even get married. There is no marriage. There is no divorce.
It's in the word. It's in the word waifu. I honestly, joking aside, I bet there's probably somebody somewhere who's somehow managed to get something.
In Japan, I'm pretty sure. In Japan, I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah, I'm sure in Japan, that would be my first guess. But they're also pretty traditional in Japan. So, my understanding is this kind of shit in Japan, they're almost more against it than we are. It's like you're kind of like a degenerate freak if you're into this stuff.
Well,
so I'm not sure how accepted it is, but I'm sure there's somebody somewhere who has a relation, a legitimate government certification of their waifu ship. Joking aside, which is just fucked. But,
joking aside, I only fake being traditional. I'm actually degenerate myself. I'm all into tentacle porn and all that stuff. I actually have a waifu. She's a monster. It's a squid.
Even you have everything you could want in the world of 3D women, and you're still.
No. She joins us.
Seeking out a waifu.
My squid waifu monster joins us. Okay, so it's good. It's good fun.
So let me. This might not even be really a hard debate line, but it's more of a topic to bring up that we can maybe debate on off of. Okay. You said earlier we were talking and you said you had seen the Venti video, so I assume you're familiar with the VTuber stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, what about that? I mean, that just shows you. So from my perspective here in this debate, I mean, look how the technology is progressing. I mean, they're becoming real.
VTube is proof that it's becoming real? Is that what you're trying to say?
Imagine, because, we're here, you think about how technology graphs, they're always like an exponential curve. You start off with waifus, and then a little bit up, you get to VTubers. Imagine, once you hit that exponential up, once people realize you can make money off this, just imagine where the technology is going to go.
Okay. Well, that chick...
right. You had the Raptor VTuber. I said in chat, you should become a VTuber. Yeah. And then you had the Raptor thing. That was fun.
That VTube chick is going to do as much for you as some chick that you find on a porn video. So,
and honestly, that stuff is messed up. I was watching, there was this lady who was streaming one of the VTubers, the HoloLive ones, and she started sort of crying because she was getting donations. I think she was acting, and she was pretending she was overwhelmed by the donations, and it must have been over $10,000 in 10 minutes. It was just $150.
Wow,
all red super chats, which I had never seen before, just over and over again. And then what happened was the somebody from Canada donated $100, 100 Canadian, and was like, Canada's the best country. And then a bunch of other countries all started donating like $100 donations with their own country's currency. Like it was like a donation war. I was like, oh my God, this is literally insane. Like I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Like it was so much money.
You know what? And I like that because it pisses off the real 3D women because they're like, what?
Yeah.
What? This cartoon is getting all this money. That should be my money. I like that because I like seeing people get outraged over crap like that. But
because 2D women are better than 3D
women. Because there's a lot of people who have just given up, man.
No, the Twitch thoughts are brutal. Or I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that on this platform.
Yeah,
the people that you're talking about are
Twitch
really
thoughts are beautiful. They're nice. They're not even, dude.
We love them. They bring in the money. They're the top of the pyramid. I assume you saw that what's her name is going to be it. So here, another point in my column. 3D women are literally becoming 2D waifus, not the other way around. Look at, is it Alinity? Is she the one that's becoming a VTuber, or is it Pokimane?
Pokimane.
Pokimane. There you go. They see it. They're like, okay, it's better to be a 2D waifu. I'm going to become this. Even they know.
Well, good for them. Good for them. They see that people really want to hand out cash, hand over fist to anime girls. Okay. That's great. Because there's a lot of idiots.
Anime girls are better than real women.
Because there's a lot of idiots. I mean,
the unfortunate thing is there are real women behind those VTubers. We need to get it to a point where it's an AI, so that way it's just
just eliminate the women out of it.
That's
a factor. Okay.
Vaginas.
I mean, if you're gonna say because the anime girls, the VTubers get more money than the actual girls, that's proof that they're better. That just proves that there's a lot of people out there that like that and will just throw money at it. It doesn't really prove that they're better.
But I'm more so asking why 3D girls are becoming 2D girls. If it's not because they're better, then
to grift.
What else would it be?
To grift. That's it.
But usually if you're gonna grift, you do something that's good, even if it's disingenuous.
Well,
I'm not saying that they'd be genuine, but they're doing it because it's better, even if it's disingenuous.
They're doing it because there's more money in it. That's why they're doing it.
Like somebody who grifts Christianity. Christianity is good. Like being a Christian is a good thing. So you pretend to be Christian. Somebody who's not Christian pretends to be a Christian to grift money. So somebody who's not a 2D waifu pretends to be a 2D waifu to grift money because it's better. That's a direct analogy.
But it's not better because being a fake and just going in there and grifting.
You're saying being a Christian is bad.
Yeah, being a fake Christian is bad.
Yes, that's my point. That's exactly my point because you're emulating a good thing, but you're not really that thing.
So you're not. You're trying to emulate it, but no, you're emulating it to make money off of it. You're emulating it.
Yeah, but what's the reason you emulate it? Is you emulate it because it's good?
No, you emulate it because it's
better.
Profit.
It's better. It's better to be a Christian than to be an atheist.
They emulate these anime waifu chicks, these VTubers, because there's money in it. That's all. Because they want your wallet. They want the cash. They don't care about you. They don't like these VTubers. I don't know. Maybe
I don't disagree with that at all. A VTuber really isn't a waifu. It's like a woman using a waifu avatar to grift money.
But that's the other thing too. Like these.
I disavow.
These waifus, they don't care about you. They have no feelings. They tell you what you want to hear. Maybe if you have a custom
doll. Because if you have an imagination, then they are whatever you want them to be. You can just live in this little fantasy world where they love you and everything is okay.
That's like no different from a little kid having an imaginary friend. Okay, but my imagination.
What's wrong with that?
It's imaginary.
I said at the beginning of this conversation that a waifu is similar to a tulpa, and now you're coming back to me, 45 minutes in, and you're saying that that's off the table.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. It's imaginary, but because it's imaginary, it's all in your head.
I'm well aware. This is like, okay, so you could say that about God. but that
I
doesn't
suppose
that
so.
doesn't invalidate.
I'm not
How
here talking
good it
about
is.
God. I'm talking about your anime waifu. It's fake. When your
There's as
anime
much
waifu,
evidence to suggest that my waifu exists as there is to suggest
you're-
that God exists. Are you
when-
saying God doesn't exist?
when your anime waifu says she loves you, it's really you saying you love yourself.
Sorry. Yeah, and what's wrong with that? What's wrong with self-love?
Self-love is. We're not talking about self-love. We're not talking about
You-
self-love.
you
We're
You
talking.
just said when your waifu you just said when your waifu says she loves you, it's really you telling yourself that
Right.
you love yourself, and
Right.
That's
Instead
good.
of-
Self-affirmation is a good thing. It's a very
when
powerful
when you're
tool.
pretending that it's coming from someone else.
When I'm practicing my blade skills,
Your blade skills.
when when I'm practicing my blade skills, I think of my waifu in my head cheering me on, and I think it makes me better because it's self-affirmation. So this sounds like yet another point in my favor.
And then when you're done, you like have a talk with her. Maybe you call her up on the phone, but you call like one of your dead phones. or your
Yeah,
other
and
cell
she's like
phones,
super
call her
supportive.
up.
She's like, "Hey, how's it going?
Yeah. So you don't even call a phone number. You just
martial arts class. How'd it go?" And I'm like, "It went so well. I did so good. I was thinking about you." And she gets really happy, and that's awesome.
is that how your
that's what you
waifu
get.
sounds?
No, I'm not good. I'm not good at doing women's voices. I was just kind of imitating. She sounds obviously.
So
she
your
sounds
waifu
like
doesn't
a
even
woman.
sound like a chick.
In my
Your
head.
waifu just sounds like you.
No, she does in my head. No, she does in my head. I just can't imitate it well because it's so feminine.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
Right. That's
In the end-
another point for me. Waifus are self-affirmation, which is great.
Ah. Have you ever had a girlfriend that really cheered and supported you through something?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Not a
It
waifu.
made it all the worse when they would turn on me or do something insidious because it's like, oh, was that all a lie? Was that all a ruse to entrap me and ensnare me because you're a psychopath? Waifus don't do that.
What did you do? I mean, why did she turn on you? I mean, what happened?
Why do you assume it's something that I did?
I don't know. It's a two-way street, isn't it? I mean, it's a give and take. It's a give and take.
It sure is. That sounds like a lot of work. It sounds exhaustive. That's why I once again prefer the 2D
Okay.
scenario.
So you're willing to throw away real love. You're willing to throw away the feel of flesh. Just because of baggage, because of smell.
I can feel my own flesh. I can feel my own flesh whenever I want it. That's real.
You think that feels the same? Are you a virgin?
Am I a virgin? No, I think I said earlier that I've had experiences with them.
I mean, real women or like pillows?
Yeah, because I said earlier when we were talking about soy boys and SJWs that women usually, I said in my experience,
Okay.
women usually don't select for those type of men.
Oh, I mean. So, if a smoking hot chick were to come up to you, be like, "Hey, right now, I want to fuck you." It could be either me or you waifu, your waifu pillow. What would you say?
Is the waifu pillow there and accessible?
Yes, they're both right there. In this hypothetical, the waifu pillow's here, and the smoking hot girl is over there. They're right there.
Well, something about my waifu that you should know is that she really likes watching me have sex with really hot 3D girls. So, ergo, you could use your imagination to fill in what would happen next.
So you choose the real woman. You would choose the real girl. The
I would choose to make my waifu happy.
No, you would choose you. And why is that? What would make your waifu happy?
I don't know. It's her fetish. I don't understand it, but I'm more than happy to support her.
Can you describe to me this fetish? Can you use a sentence to describe this fetish?
I just said she likes watching me have sex with hot IRL women. I just said it.
So you would choose the hot IRL woman over your waifu.
I would do what my waifu wants, which is what I've already said.
Well, it sounds like I would just won here. It also sounds like you're a simp for your waifu.
Well, yeah, I am definitely a simp for my waifu. I hope you're a simp for your 3D wife. I would think that that's pretty
Are you
normal.
kidding me? After this discussion, I'm about to get divorced. Because
Thank you.
reveal too much now. Any other points? Cool tactic. Anyone else watch it? Any other points about?
Cool tactic gave up. I eviscerated him and his points, and he's given up.
Guys, what do y'all think? Waifu or in real life woman? There's a poll down below if you see it. You can vote.
Oh, is that there? I gotta vote.
Yeah, you can vote.
Wait, I don't see it. Where is it? I see suggestion box.
It should be there.
No, it says who will win Mortal Brawl.
Oh wait, I guess I didn't. Dang it! I guess I did not refresh that. Oh, someone didn't do what they're supposed to do. All right, let me take care of that right now. I could set up that poll right now. One moment. So any other points that you think are valid?
No, I think I obviously won the debate, so why would I bring up another point? It'd be exposing myself needlessly.
So you just won like that.
Yeah, I think I laid the points out pretty well. I'm certainly unconvinced that you haven't said anything to me that has made me be like, oh, you're right. 3D women are better.
Well, yeah. In the sex department, no, because you would rather have sex with yourself, or with a machine, or with a body pillow. The love part, no, because you'd rather love yourself. Okay, while women having a partner can take money from you, you could actually combine, you could actually increase your income. How about that? Like living together wise. Like your waifu is not going to have a job.
Yeah, I guess but if relationships with women have devolved to the point where you're like, well, she can give me money, then I don't know what to tell you. That's not very appealing to me, but I understand what you're saying. Like, yeah, but you could also do that with a man, or like that's a.
I mean, you could.
It's like, yeah, it's true. Like, it's technically true, but it's not. It's certainly not something that's exclusive to a wife or a 3D woman. Like, so it's just kind of like a point about people. Like, yeah, you could have a roommate and it would be cheaper. Yeah, that's true. I'll admit that.
Are you saying you want to live with a man?
No, I'm just saying in terms of if you wanted to save money, it's just something that's possible. Like, you could just have a roommate.
Yeah. But usually roommates don't really go 50-50 with you. Not with everything.
Yeah, and usually women don't either.
Well, it depends what happens. I mean... Okay.
Well, that's increasingly the case. I'll admit that to you. It's just, I'm saying for myself, it certainly doesn't sound very attractive, like a good thing.
Okay.
This feels emasculating, to be honest with you.
If y'all refresh the Twitch page, you should see the poll now. Waifu versus real life girlfriend. So
I'll let you know.
It's down below.
Patreon. Hold on. So it's in the suggestion box, right? No,
it's in
above that.
The Twitch pics.
I got it. Obviously. Oh, I'm not logged in. This is rigged.
Oh, you have to be logged in.
This is rigged. I have it on my phone, but I don't want to pull it up because it might screw up my
Okay.
It might screw up the Discord call. So I'll vote eventually. Don't you worry. I'll get that vote in there.
All right, that's cool. That's cool, bro. Cool. Let's see. Well, we mentioned family. I don't think you could win there. I mean, you're not going to get a family with a waifu. We're going to get like a pretend virtual kid.
You could adopt kids.
Do you really want to adopt though? You know what that's like?
It's not so much of a question of want as it is of reality and just is and existence.
Man, I used to work at a psych facility for adolescents, and like 90% of those kids were adopted kids.
Yeah, it usually doesn't end well, but usually were they adopted or were they like foster children? There's a difference.
Some of them were from the those Russian kid farms where they pretty much
those are foster kids. I went to like this like it was like a very, it wasn't elite, but it was like a very like well-off neighborhood public school. And like there was never like no one ever got arrested. The only kid that ever got arrested was one of those types of kids, and he like went out and smashed up a bunch of car windows and was just like and he was like it was because I was angry. And everyone was like, fuck, dude. It's like, I get what you're saying, but like those are foster children. Those aren't really adopted babies. Like talking about like you adopt an infant.
Yeah, you can talk about baggage, and those kids have baggage. So
yeah, well, they're like fully formed human beings with like thoughts and ideas by the time they're adopted. Like the people who adopt those people, honestly, even though a lot of them end up fucked up, the people who adopt those people, I just want to say, are heroes. Like maybe a lot of them do it for the wrong reasons, but the ones that are genuine and who try, like those people are very good people.
Yeah.
Like the people who adopted the kid that smashed up the car windows were really, really good people. They adopted, I think it was 6 kids from Russia through one of those programs, and he was the only one that ended up doing fucked up shit. But you're absolutely right. Like a lot of those kids end up like just well, they already are fucked.
Okay, so and you're not gonna even
look at Faith. I mean, she came from a great household, and she just turned out to be.
I don't know about great. Mr. Vickers did give her a phone when she was 13 or something. Like, why would you do that?
Wait a second. I thought that was interesting. I had a phone when I was, I think, 12, and like it was fine. Like it was different when I was 12. Phones, you could play Snake and text people. Like, right. And that was pretty much all you could do.
It's way too much.
You couldn't go on Snapchat and shit and the internet.
It's way too much power. It's way too much.
Well, I'm actually curious about that. If you don't mind, kind of venturing off the debate, because I obviously won.
Okay.
Would you like you have kids? Are you not like what? How? If you don't mind me asking, how old are your kids? Like approximately?
6 and 4.
Oh, so they're not at the age yet where they would be asking for. But like I don't know if like either whether it's a daughter or a son, they're gonna come to you when they're 13 or 14, and all their friends are like, Johnny has a phone, blah blah blah. You know, they're gonna do that, and like, I want a phone. This is unfair, and they're gonna be like, well, what happens if blah 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 happens, like something really bad, and I need to contact you. Like, that's how I ended up getting a phone, because I would like take the bus. Like I was on the swim team, so I would have to get like rides to meets and stuff, and my parents were like, well, if you get stranded somewhere and you have to call us, like you're gonna need a cell phone. So what are you gonna say to your kid when they come at you with that?
They're not going to get a phone, not a smartphone or anything. They're going to get some dumbed down version to where they could just.
That's always been my thought. Is like I'd buy my kids a dumb phone, like what I had basically.
Right, because I see
they
what
still
happens.
Sell shit like that. Like Nokia still makes phones that are basically text machines.
Right, because I've seen too many examples where teenage girls get caught in stupid stuff. So, texting things they shouldn't text, sending things they shouldn't send.
Now it's coming out with Faith that she's claiming that, she was groomed into making explicit videos when she was underage. So you could, just imagine.
Oh yeah,
you're absolutely right. You're like, don't get your kids a smartphone.
Really, I used to think it'd be bad as a parent to like screen all your kids' messages. But no, I've just seen.
No! You have to read every single piece of communication that you. The lucky thing is that we're very fortunate. It's like my parents. Like I had access to the internet and stuff. My parents were old enough that like they didn't really get it. Like we're very fortunate that we're of an age, and we're online and stuff, and we kind of get it. Like you would understand how to go into your kid's phone and look through the apps and say like what apps could they potentially be using to that they could get groomed on, or that something bad could happen to them. And it would be very easy for you to suss that out, as long as you're comfortable bridging that gap and being like, I'm going into your phone. Anything that you do on your phone, I'm seeing. So you need to think about that at all times.
Right? Be like, oh, but that's not fair privacy. No, we're not having a conversation.
Have have you seen this? Oh fuck, I gotta. It was something that because I know you work kind of sort of in the industry of social work. Um, there's this whole California state website about kids phone security and like how underage children have a right to not have their parents read their phone. And I was just like,
Well,
what the
of course
fuck?
that's in California.
I stumbled across it because I was looking up the Vickers situation.
Wow.
They have some weird law in California that's like a digital like phone law where they're not allowed to.
It's illegal for parents to see their what?
It depends. Like in Faith's situation, yes. Like from what I could understand, like it's not okay if your kid is over 18 for you to look at their messages. It's like a privacy violation.
Is it illegal?
Like and schools aren't allowed to look at minors' phones at all. So if like your principal called you in and thought that you were, doing something inappropriate on your phone during class and was like, "Show me your phone," that the principal would technically be breaking the law.
I mean, I don't see how that law could be upheld though, because like you are the child and that's the parent. It's their responsibility to parent you.
But she's 18. She's 18. That was the point. With the parents thing, it ends at 18.
Oh yeah,
they're an adult.
Yeah. Well, when she's 18, that's. But as someone.
Well, that's how old Faith was. That's how old Faith was when the parents went into the phone.
Yeah.
That was my understanding. It's like the equivalent of.
Well, they did it way
not
too
allowed.
late.
It's a data breach.
They should have been screening since she was 13 or 14, whenever they first gave. There's a little.
Yeah, no, they
mistakes
fucked up.
Right, but I don't want to.
But also, if you've seen what's come out about her, like it's at a certain point, it's like there's only so much you can do. She's obviously a monster to some degree.
Right. Oh well, it looks like you you claim you won. I don't think so. I think
I think it's pretty
won.
clear. The chat supports me. There's a sea of ones. They all agree.
I wish was that active. Man. Okay. Well, that was fun. I'll take a break and maybe play some Golden Sun.
Hell yeah.
And I'll clip this out.
Or go through the stream that Goblinson did. See if you can do your commentary. I don't know. Those are always good streams too.
Oh yeah, I do that too. All right.
Hell yeah, man. Well, it was good having this conversation with you. I appreciate you giving me a platform.
No problem.
Have a great evening.
You have a good one, man. You take it easy.